Welcome to Fred Achando Analysis, ladies and gentlemen. The conversation around the Kamkunji rally is one that will never end any soon. Today, Raila Odinga revisited the story of the Jacaranda rally.
Kwa hivyo, ni mwanzo hapa, ile mkutano ambayo tuliahirisha ya kule Jakaranda, Jumapili ijayo, tarehe 29, tutakwenda Jakaranda. Tutakwenda Jakaranda. Na tunaongea na Wakenya, na tuko na haki ya kuongea na Wakenya. Wakitaka kupeleka sisi jela, tayari. Tulipigania.
Remember the last time he was supposed to go for a parallel Jamhuri rally in Jakaranda, but it was suddenly, quickly and abruptly postponed. While speaking to their supporters, the minority leader Opiyo Wandayi explained that Raila was going to the USA in Washington DC for a US-Africa summit. But Opiyo explained that they were going to continue with consultations. Raila has kept on telling his supporters to wait, that the truth will someday come out and that he will give them the way forward. But if there is something that the supporters have been waiting for, is the real reason, because they feel that the reasons that were given behind the cancellation of the Jacaranda rally is never sufficient. But today, it seems Raila read the mood of his supporters. And he told them that on 22nd, and that is next Sunday, they are going to throng Jacaranda for a rally. In fact, I want to believe that the rally that took place today in Kamkunji was just a foundation for many rallies to come. One of the supporters of this channel was telling me that I'm one person who has been very, very passionate, and I've always said that the West have always tried to intervene when Raila is facing a significant decision concerning the Kenyan politics. I'm one person who believed that Raila was never just invited to attend the US Africa Summit in his capacity as the AU High Representative for Infrastructure, but he was also invited there to let Ruto hold his Jamhuri Day. They never wanted a parallel rally because Raila was going to humiliate William Samoei Ruto. So people have kept on asking me to explain what happened, because I have even yesterday I analyzed that Raila Odinga might not really succeed much in the Jacaranda rally, because in the Kamkunji rally, that is, because the West are up in arm with him. Even if you check, there was a story that the same story was running in the Nation newspapers, that there were some concerted efforts to try and convince Raila, compel him to cancel the rally that took place today. So people are asking me, why do you think Raila decided to hold this rally? And one thing that they are pushing me to explain, because I'm one person who had held the position that Raila might not go for Jacaranda. So why is he going for the Jacaranda rally, something that he had cancelled? And I've always said that it was the Wazungu ambao walimkataza. One, if you ask me, and just before I go to the reason why I feel that Raila is going for the Jacaranda rally, allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel if you have not, and click the notification bell so that whenever we do a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you, and then please give our videos many likes. Number one, I've got a feeling that Raila has also done his own intelligence research, and he knows very well that people have put on him a very big burden. That burden of maybe being compromised or a coward. Some people are saying that Raila should stand firm anytime there are forces like the forces from the West. He should tell them off. And so I think he took this golden opportunity to prove the critics wrong. So I think that Raila has just decided that people always say that whenever the West call, their clarion call to abandon my meetings, I do it very fast. So today, it is like he wanted to show his supporters that he is serious and no one should ever say again that Raila is being compromised. Because before he jetted out of the country to South Africa, he met Jane Marriott, who is the UK High Commissioner. If you ask me, I thought that that was another level of meeting that was trying to convince Raila even to forget the 2022 polls and move on with his duty as the African representative of infrastructure. I've got a feeling from where I sit that the West are trying to persuade Raila to remain a Pan-Africanist, someone who will take his duties. Maybe he's taken for peacekeeping. Whenever there are meetings concerning clean energy and infrastructure, they want him to concentrate there and stop the active Kenyan politics, because they feel that if Raila, decides to quit Kenyan politics, then they will have their way. There isn't any other stronger opposition leader like Raila. Remember, they have tried very many things before. There were these allegations, let me call them propaganda. After the August polls, William Ruto, together with his friends from the West, had crafted this narrative that the supporters of Raila are now tired and they are not ready to go to the streets. And they thought that maybe this time around Raila will not rejuvenate himself. But after Raila has defied all these odds and they see him being stronger by the day, I think they are now going to change their strategy. In South Africa, I've got a feeling that Raila must have met other maybe opposition leaders, and they must have told Raila that we look up to you for the good fight that you put in Kenya. Why am I saying this? I have listened to Raila's speeches over the years, but there is something that was very unique for me today, because Raila said that if we succeed in Kenya, then the whole of Africa will succeed. That if we let the government machinery, together with some conniving cahoots that will combine to rig elections, then it will escalate into the other regions. You'll understand that even in Uganda, our neighbor, there are no elections. The elections are done as a mere formality. In fact, Museveni will be the president of Uganda until death sets them apart with presidency. And these are some of the things that Raila must have discussed with the leaders that they were with, because when he flew back, he's a man who was very agitated, very angry, and he said that we must continue the reforms so that we also show a good example to other Kenyans. So I have a feeling that he must have been pushed by other African leaders who told him that please go for it, give us a good example. I also have got a feeling, I have a feeling that there is an external hand. You see, I'm one person who believes that the West works in unique ways. At one point, they will be pushing for William Ruto to be the president. But it seems, and this is just my personal opinion, that they will have another checkmate. They will try even to find an opposition leader to try and ensure that they push William Ruto to meet their part of the bargain, because the truth is, when William Ruto came to power, there were a lot of agreements that he made with the West. In fact, today, because it's something that I've said before, things like subsidies that are being removed are removed because there is a push from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. So some of these things, William Ruto must see them to the end, must implement them to the end. And so I've got a feeling that they will come to Ruto in form of the USA and Britain, but they can switch and come to Raila in form of Germany. They're the same thing, they're brothers and sisters, and they might just push him and tell him, do this so that you can succeed. The other thing that I feel is that there could be another dissenting hand from the USA or from Britain, because politically speaking, even in Britain or US, they are not speaking the same language. So you could find that there are some interested parties, maybe some big businessmen there who is trying to push, because the company that gave them the result that declared Raila a winner in the August polls with 8 million is called Vanguard, and it is found in the US. So with this, you cannot rule out a possibility of someone working with Vanguard to give Raila some impetus and give him a lot of weight. That is the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why I believe that Raila Odinga decided to renew the push for Jacaranda. And I think moving forward, Raila is going to push for electoral reforms and other reforms that he feels will benefit the country and benefit Africa as a whole. I don't know what you think, but that is my take.